Da-da-da, 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 anybody know what that song is? I seriously have tried to look it up because in my head I have a really great idea for a short and I have not been able to identify that song. So let me know in the comments if it goes something like da na 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 na. No. Da. It's like a fanfare intro. All right, what's up, everyone? Big day, big video. I have been working on this video for a while, so let's get right into it. Mini XRT upgrades. So what we have here, man, is the newly painted sunset orange, red and orange actually, Mini XRT. This is the Pro Graphics body. And I took the colors red and orange and I went through and I did my own color scheme. Now, I do want to, because my mistakes are your learning experiences. So to prevent you from making the same mistakes I did, let me point out a couple of things on this body. And that's just exactly where we'll start. All right, y'all, so what we have here is a Pro Graphics body. And I actually found this in a hobby shop in a small town that's nowhere close to me. I had seen it the day after I had ordered my body. So anyway, picked it up when mine got canceled. Now, one thing still missing on here is the white underlay there. So you definitely will probably want to do that. And here's why. If the red paint rubs off of there, as this rubs off, it's gonna rub off onto all of my towers and onto the engine and onto the motor. And so we don't want that. That white is why they do it. Seals in all the color. But here's the mistakes. Ready? Right here, if you look kind of close, it looks kind of like it got smeared. The paint, it got a little bubbled on the inside right there, and I tried to take a Q-tip, and you can see, I tried to take a Q-tip and kind of smooth it out. So if you don't hold this paint, and actually I've looked at a couple other places, if you don't hold the paint far enough away, you'll end up kind of somehow getting the paint off of that Pro Graphics somewhat a little onto, I don't know how I explained the painting is not my strong point. So anyway, first ever sunset orange, fade to red to orange, Mini XRT. Looks great with a red wing. We got the red shocks. In fact, I'm just gonna hop into little red right here. So, and here's the changes since the last video. Y'all, if you watch my channel, you know I put these red GTRs on for the skate park bash. Hot racing aluminum motor mount there. And here's what we're gonna do real quick. This is a very special motor mount. Real unique about this motor mount is it's two pieces, here and here. So what you do is you remove this, you can remove this screw and pull the motor out. Now I'm doing this to show y'all, I set mine on the on the I position. And I'm pointing that out for a reason. I've talked to a couple other YouTubers. This can be done in any different of your positions. Now you're gonna wanna go through, as you can see, it's labeled A, B, C, D. There's no set. I compared this to my motor mount I took out of here. And so it looked position-wise at first like it was the H. I put it in the H and it was too tight for me. In my car, the H was too tight. The I, much better position. It felt like it was stuck. In this I position, it now has a little bit more travel to it. So I did want to point out that you can obviously set that motor mount in a few different spots. I don't think there's a set one. Here, I actually have the red and rubber wheelie bar wheels. He got a new motor mount. We have the new body by Pro Graphics that you can paint. And we also have done the wing and the wheelie bar wheels. So red He is a skate park basher, guys. I wanted to point that out for a very good reason. I could be wrong on how my motor mount is because of how my screws, how loose my parts inside of here have gotten. So maybe in that case, the motor mount position is going to be entirely up to you. You're going to play around with it and you're going to figure out what works best for your car. Blue Lightning. And so what he has had done now is the LED lights. We now have the LED light kit. So there he is in the front bar, as well as his rooftop LED light there. He has his blue and rubber wheelie bar wheels there, as well as the blue wing. These are just kind of temporary. I've been doing some tire testing. Let me know, let me know in the comments below, what tires would y'all like to see tested on a Mini XRT? And I'm going to come back to why this is sort of an important question to me and why I would love for you to let me know. So let's finish up with this guy. I have tried to connect my Traxxas app. I need to come back to it. Would you like to see how fast he goes? I want to know what y'all would like to see out of this guy. Let me know, comments below. Thickness difference between them, but they match up part-wise. Bearings all matched up, screws all matched up. But it's definitely can be pointed out that the difference between these two is pretty significant. In order to solve that, the answer is to put in the constant velocity splines. So if you see there is no rubbing on the shocks with these. They miss it entirely. There we go, I think that's the best angle. So, GTR shock rub, this is how you solve it. You put these on, I put all four on each four wheels. All right, so if we look at the blue, here on the front, I did put the aluminum steering knuckles. I left the caster blocks plastic. I do believe you should have a weak point in case anything hits up here in the front. Something can fail and it doesn't necessarily have to be the aluminum. On the rear, I've done the same on the hubs. These are aluminum. These are already plastic. There's nothing to be concerned about there. Dun, 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 dun. Everything about these platforms and about these cars, every single part is either on back order or is very difficult to get. I apologize that I have not released a video sooner on this. I'm very appreciative of my audience. I am, y'all. I listen to you. I set this video up to answer the GTR shock rub question because of a comment. And straight up, I said, okay, I want to find the answer because I didn't exactly realize it was doing it so severely. And I found the answer. And so I respond to you if you let me know. I want to make just exactly the kind of content that we need to design and build these things better. Thank y'all for watching. This right here is the new logo to subscribe to. This right here will be the next best video for the viewer in this situation. I'm gonna release on Sunday of this week. Coming next week, I'm gonna release on Sunday. I'm going to do all three of the mini crawlers available: FMS, XCX, and the TRX4M. Catch you on the next one.